M-A-C-T.
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 Music Association of Central Texas.
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 It's all about live music.
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 M-A-C-T, the podcast. This is how it goes. You ready?
I'm ready.
You're gonna have a blast.
Yeah.
You sure? You got your makeup on and everything. I love it.
All pretty. You ready to go?
Hi guys, welcome to the MACT podcast. My name is Stephanie Chavera. I'm your vice president and also the host of the podcast. This is season 2, episode 2, and as I have stated before, this whole season will be dedicated to the 8 musicians that will be performing and participating in our yearly annual competition for the singer-songwriter competition. I didn't say it on episode 1, but just so you know, anybody first and second place will have a paid spot at our fall festival in November. So make sure that you're coming out, supporting your musicians and clapping for them, because moral support means a lot too.
Absolutely.
You know, support systems are very important. So today with me I have Matt Riley.
Hi, good to be here.
I'm glad that he's here. Matt, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? Where's your hometown, your family?
Yeah, so it's kind of hard for me to say where my hometown is. We moved a lot growing up. I was born in Fort Worth, Texas. Kind of grew up in Texas and Oklahoma. We moved around a lot. My dad is a pastor. So probably every 2 or 3 years we were in a new place. So, it gives me a broad perspective on the world and knowing a lot of different people from different places. But mostly Texas and Oklahoma, I would say, is where I grew up. I graduated from high school. I always say your hometown is where you graduate high school from. So I graduated from high school in Odessa, Texas, from Permian High School.
Awesome.
So that's kind of, if you really press me, I'll say that's where I'm from.
I love it.
Yeah.
What was your favorite state? What was the coolest state that you ever grew up in?
I really loved Texas. I'm glad that we're back in Texas. I don't like the heat in the summer.
Oh my
of
God.
Texas, but I do love Texas.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You said your father is a pastor.
Well, he's retired now.
Okay.
I guess you're always a pastor.
Once a pastor, always a pastor,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's like once a musician, always a musician. So you
Exactly.
can't escape it.
No.
It is who you are.
Yes.
So
but he's retired now.
that's awesome. So your dad being in that atmosphere, and did that have some sort of impact with your music?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I feel like I'm very influenced by the hymns that I grew up with. A lot of the folk melodies that are in the hymns or make their way into my music. I grew up with my dad playing a lot of music around the house. He's a musician too. Fantastic guitar player and songwriter. He had a group when he was little. They toured, not little, when he was a teen, they toured all around Texas and everything. And when I was young, he was always playing the guitar. He was playing James Taylor. He was playing, Don McLean.
All the
Cat
good
Stevens,
music.
all that good stuff. So I kind of grew up with him being a troubadour in our living room, playing his guitar, and so I grew up with a lot of that.
What a beautiful way to grow up.
Yeah.
Music makes everything better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. I have a brother and a sister, both younger. than
Okay.
me, and they both live in Texas. My brother's out in Taylor. My sister's up in DFW.
Okay. Well, shout out to the siblings
Absolutely.
for putting up with the music. Because, sometimes they're like, I don't have any siblings, right?
Yeah,
but
no.
I've heard about horror stories about my friends being like, oh my God, my brother would not shut up with that guitar for days at a time.
I'm sure they got tired of hearing me pound out the same 4 chords at 10 o'clock at night. You know.
I'm sure. But now look at you.
Oh, yeah.
You're a whole pro
Yeah,
over
right.
here. Awesome.
Still playing the same 4 chords.
But hey, you make them sound so good though, man.
right.
Awesome. So we got our feet wet, and what I want to do right now is to let Matt show us, just take us home, serenade us, Matt.
Sure.
Awesome.
This is a song called Nobody's Fault But Mine. My wife is a big country music fan, and she's kind of gotten me into it. And we had a long drive to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and listened to a lot of country music on the way there. And when we got home, I sat down and wrote this song. This is Nobody's Fault But Mine. Stand down on my armies. I know when I'm beat. So here's my terms of surrender. Here's my final plea. You see through all my armor. To the heart I hide. So there's no point in defending what you see inside. I take a chance on redemption. If I thought we'd be fine, but the blame needs a sinner to name, and it's nobody's fault but mine. Took a train to denial. I flew to anger for a day. I bought a house down in bargaining, with despair just down the way. So I'll meet you in ruin. I hear it's nice this time of year. Or maybe summer in giving up, anywhere but here. I look for home from the back roads, but couldn't read the signs. So I went on and on through Babylon, and it's nobody's fault but mine. Now there's nothing to question, nothing left to tear down, just the rubble and ashes of this merry-go-round. I won't do you any favors, and I won't tell you any lies. Shame enough for repeating again, and time enough to realize. Judge the case, pass the verdict, scrutinize every crime, dig a grave in the bed that we made, call it nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine. Nobody's fault but mine.
Oh my goodness. My God, somebody's cutting onions around here. Wow. You know what's crazy to me is thank you very much. What's very crazy to me is that after all the submissions that I received, it was so hard to pick some. It's 8 of you guys, you know, and to see sometimes videos do not do justice to some people, and I think in your case that's definitely it.
Well,
so thank you so much. We're super excited to have you aboard, and cannot wait to see how it goes.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be awesome. That's a beautiful song. What inspired you to write that song, man?
You know, I've got a friend, and he and his wife just had a lot of marital problems, just a lot of back and forth, fighting with each other, cheating on each other, leaving and coming back, and just and both of them saying that the other one is to blame for it. And you know, just thinking about that situation and praying for them, and realizing that often there's enough blame to go around for both parties involved, and it's not nobody's fault but mine. You know, it's their fault too, and it's your fault too. And you know, the whole, you can't live an eye for an eye, especially not in a marriage relationship.
No.
It's got to be forgiveness and grace, and constantly choosing one another.
That is very, yeah. For how long have you been married?
I've been married for 10 years now.
That is a very long time. 10
You know,
years.
it's funny because it feels like 10 years, and then sometimes it doesn't feel like 10 years at all. It's like, oh my gosh, it's been 10 years. But then sometimes it's been like, oh, it's only been 10 years.
You know, they say time flies when you're having fun.
That's
so that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is wonderful. What do you like the most about being a musician, Matt?
You know, the thing I love most about being a musician is the fact that we we literally get to take air and make something beautiful out of essentially what's nothing. You know, we get to weave these stories together, and we get to speak to the deepest parts of people's hearts and souls, and then it's over. And it's just, you know, 3-4, if you're a prog rock band, 10 minutes of just being able to like speak the language of the soul to somebody, and then it's gone. And it's just this beautiful thing of I don't know, being able to resonate with people on such a deep level for such a short time. It really is a beautiful and amazing thing. There's nothing else in the world like it.
Was there something that made it click for you that whenever you grab that guitar, a certain moment or certain person, a certain memory that just did it for you, and you said, this is it for me, this is where I want to be at?
Yeah, it's interesting. So I first started with music when I was a kid. I was probably about 7 or 8 years old, and I walked up to my mom and I said, "Mom, what's the best way to get girls?" And she says, "Play football." And I said, "Well, I'm not super into football. What's the second best way to get girls?" And she says, "Play piano." So I started taking piano lessons, and I got you know, the foundations of reading music and all that stuff. And I kind of hated having to practice so much, and like keeping the quarters on my wrists and playing with the metronome. It was really good for me to do that stuff, but just as an undisciplined kid, you know, I hated it. So I quit after maybe 5 or 6 years.
Okay.
I was finally done with it. And then I had a lady who was helping out with our youth group came up to me, and she showed me how to play by chords on the piano. She said, "You can actually play, you know, these songs that are on the radio and on the CDs you're listening to." And I was like, oh my gosh, the world just opened up for me. And from that point on, I was like 15, and I was just like, man, and I just took it. So piano is actually my first instrument.
Okay.
And I didn't start playing guitar until I was about 16, and I was playing guitar one night, the night before my 16th birthday, and I was working on a song, and it just like is one of those moments, you know, where it just comes to you, and it just all starts flowing out at once. And it was this song about like giving of myself for a greater purpose, giving of myself for the purposes of God and of the greater good of other people, and it was a song about being poured out till there was nothing left. And that song, I feel like that was my calling moment. That was the moment that I surrendered to the purposes of God and was like, however you want to use me, however you want to use this music, I will do it. I will follow. So that was kind of like the moment for me that it was like, this is what I'm going to do.
What a beautiful thing you just shared.
Yeah, thank you.
I think that's a very intimate part of you that you know, thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
And I think those moments are so, it makes you look at things in a whole different way.
Absolutely.
You look at the leaves in the trees in a different way. You look at the clouds in a different way, and
Yeah,
it's just,
it's all a work of art
yeah,
by the master artisan.
indeed. Oh, I agree with you on that 100%. Where do you see yourself in the near future? Not the next 5 years, but in the near future.
You know, I am still fully surrendered to what God is doing in me and through me, and you know, right now I'm enrolled at Truett and pursuing a degree in Christian ministry, my master's degree, and I never thought I'd be back in school, but it was again one of those things where God said, "This is where I'm leading you," and I said, "Okay, I will follow, I will surrender." And so I'm right now I'm a worship pastor down in Gatesville. And I always feel like the worship pastor should be the best theologian on staff because you're putting praise on people's lips and you really ought to know what you are singing. So to that end, I'm pursuing my degree in Christian ministry and just following where God is leading me, and I'm getting back into songwriting. It's been a long time since I've sat down and started writing songs and been thinking in terms of could I put, because my music is very different from what you'd hear in church. It's not unchristian. I'm a Christian, so it comes from that point of view, but it's not what you would hear on Christian radio or anything like that. So it's been a while since I put my stuff out there, and I'm starting to do that again, thanks to the encouragement of some really good friends,
awesome.
Encouraging friends. So I see myself in ministry and put my songs back out there.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. Ballpark. How many original songs have you written?
Oh my gosh. Well, I've been writing since I was 15, and I was sitting down with those chords at the piano.
And you're 21, so 6 years.
Yeah, exactly.
How many songs have you written in 6 years?
I would say there's probably somewhere north of 200 songs
Wow.
I've written. But they can't all be home runs. There's only a few that I would put on a.
Yeah. Though, one of my favorite sayings, I know this is a little cheesy to say who it comes from, is Lady Gaga, but she says, it's not what doors you knock, it's what doors open.
Hey.
So it's not what songs or how many songs you put out, it's which ones are going to stick.
That's right. You never know.
Because all you need is one.
You never know which one's going to stick.
No. And all you need is one to just...
Yeah, that's true.
Just keep on going that way.
True.
So you told me your short-term goal. Where do you see yourself in 5 years with music?
Yeah, in 5 years with music, I'd love to have an album recorded. I had just this flood of inspiration in June. I don't know what caused it, but just for a week, 2 weeks in June, it was song after song after song after song, and I've never had that happen, and it was incredible. And I'm literally racing to write down every idea, and so I've just got this big bank that I'm trying to record now, just in a home studio, and I would love to be able to record a good demo, give it to some good musicians, and go to the studio with them and really put out a great product. That's a big 5-year goal.
That sounds like a very good one. And I think if you keep surrounding yourself with the people that you say are, as supportive as they are, I see having a release party over here for Mads in the next 5 years. So
that.
let's do it. Come on.
All right, that's a goal.
Bring us aboard. MACT will be there. Yes. Who do you think who has had the biggest music impact or influence in your life?
Oh, man. There's a lot of bands and artists that I listen to that have had big influences on me. Growing up with my dad playing James Taylor all the time. That's obviously a part of my musical DNA. Jars of Clay is my favorite all-time band. Caedmon's Call. Death Cab for Cutie is a big influence of mine. I love anyone who's a great songwriter, especially great lyricists. I love great lyricists. I love poetry and great lyricists. But like, probably the biggest influences on me, my music, are not musicians. You know, it's people in life and people who inspire me and people who you inspire emotion within you. And there's certain people I can think of in my life and think of like how they made me feel, and like a song can come out of that. You know, or like when I'm playing a song, I can think of this person. I can think of my wife, or I can think of my kids, and like, man, like the emotion of the song really comes out, because like that's really what inspires it. It's not necessarily the musical style, but it's the people that make it come alive.
Where is someone saying, where words fail, music speaks.
That's right.
That is awesome. Yeah. Where can we find your music? Man,
so I'm working on recording. I have a website, mattdriley.com, and I have kind of put all my creative stuff on there. So,
and that is MATT?
MATT, the letter D is in dog, Riley, Riley, mattdriley.com.
Matt D.
And so I'm gonna kind of like post updates and stuff, and you know, as I record stuff, it'll all go up there. I don't have all my socials and all that set up just yet. I had all that when I was pursuing a career.
It takes time.
It really does. It's a lot of work to get
It takes a lot of time. You know what though? Thankfully, there's just so many tools that we as musicians can use to make our lives easier. But it's just still, some of us have regular jobs,
right,
have families and responsibilities, and we don't do this full time. And therefore, it's just a little harder for us to kind of, you know, take the time to do that. But that is awesome. Are you playing anywhere around town?
Well, so my next event is the
singer-songwriter.
Yeah,
awesome.
So after that, we'll see what comes out of that.
Awesome.
But, yeah, I mean, I play every week in Gatesville on Sunday mornings. So,
do you want to give a shout out to your church?
Yeah, Coriel Community Church.
Awesome.
Gatesville, Texas.
Coriel
Shout out to my Gatesville peeps.
Yes, and yeah, go visit them, because you get serenaded by him. You get to sing and praise with him, which is the even fun part of it. So that's awesome. That is wonderful. How long of a drive is it from Waco?
It's about 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
I mean, I lived in LA for 4.5 years, and everything is 45 minutes away. No matter where you live, no matter where you're going, it's 45 minutes away. So it's a drive I'm used to.
So anywhere you go, you just have to drive all the long.
Downtown, 45 minutes. Beach, 45 minutes.
That's
Hollywood,
awesome.
45 minutes.
All right, and then I have one last question. This is a personal question, actually. What is your favorite brand of guitars?
I am a Taylor.
You're a Taylor.
Absolutely. I've been playing a Taylor for, since like 2015, 2012. I bought my last Taylor. I love Taylor guitars. I have a Martin at home, and it's okay, but I use a. I was just telling her I forgot my guitar on my way here, so this is not my usual guitar. But yeah, I do.
It happens, you know.
It happens.
That happened to me. I think it was 2 years ago.
I was so focused.
Murphy's Law.
Yes, absolutely.
Always. But hey, thankfully, there's like, he could have chosen anything from here. So
I know. I texted her like, "Hey, can I borrow your guitar?"
Of course, anybody can. There's plenty to choose from. So that's awesome. Matt, is there anything you would like to say to the people watching you?
Yeah, be sure to come out to the showcase on August 27th. It's going to be wonderful. I'm really looking forward to sharing the stage with some great songwriters and just hearing what they have to say. It's going to be really good.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be, again, at O'Brien's Irish Pub downtown Temple. Thank you so much to all the peeps at O'Brien's for hosting us and helping us out with this event. Matt, do you want to close us out with a beautiful song before we say bye?
Sure.
Here he comes again.
six-string Casanova, a hard day's Romeo, who's taking on the world. Your shooting star, your four-leaf clover, your swinging Superman, who always gets the girl. I've been with you all along, so try and send me a smile every once in a while. And please, just leave it to me, act naturally, and leave it to me. Honey, I'm quite happy to be the wind in your wings, so leave it to me. Sure enough, the world will hurt you without a second thought, without a second glance back over their shoulders. I don't got money, honey, but I got something to prove, something to give to you. If you'll give me a chance, why carry it all alone? 'Cause I am walking the line, and you'll be doing fine. If you'll please, just leave it to me, act naturally, and leave it to me. Honey, I'm quite happy to be the wind in your wings, so leave it to me. My heart is about to burst, am I a part of the cure, or a part of the curse? Please, just leave it to me, just leave it to me, just leave it to me, honey. Leave it to me, just leave it to me, just leave it to me.
Oh my God, I can't. I'm blown away. I almost want to give you 20 so you can keep playing. Guys, Matt Riley over here. Appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming out. And please don't forget, follow our social media so that you know when he releases his album, because it will happen. It's just a matter of time. I know it. So thank you so much again for everything and for serenading us. Thank you so much, guys. It was episode 2 of season 2 of the MACT podcast. Subscribe, follow, like, and share, and we will see you for episode 3. Thank you so much.
MACT.
MACT.
That's fun,
MACT.
MACT.
Music Association of Central Texas.
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 The MACT podcast is produced by the Music Association of Central Texas, a 501c3 organization. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and visit us at mactx.org or on our Facebook page. Thanks for listening, and please support your local musicians and venues, because it's all about